In the summer of 1994, a football player was shot 6 times in a parking lot in Medellín. Witnesses say his killer shouted one word after every bullet: goal. This is the story of Andrés Escobar and how one mistake in 90 minutes of football ended a life. Andrés Escobar was born in Medellín in March 1967, a middle-class kid who grew up playing football in the streets, coached early by a father who believed the game could keep young people away from the city's growing violence. By his early 20s, Escobar was one of Colombia's most respected defenders. Calm, disciplined, clean. They called him the Gentleman, a nickname that had nothing to do with talent and everything to do with how he carried himself on the pitch. He won a league title with Atlético Nacional. There were whispers of a contract offer from AC Milan. Colombia, meanwhile, was building something special. A golden generation, led by stars like Carlos Valderrama, heading into the 1994 World Cup as one of the tournament's dark horses. But the tournament started badly. Colombia lost their opening match to Romania, 3-1. For a team that had been tipped as genuine title contenders, it was a shock. The pressure back home was already immense. Colombian football in the early 90s was deeply entangled with the country's drug cartels. Several players, including members of this very squad, played for clubs financially backed by narco-traffickers. Death threats against the team were not rumor. They were real. Their next match, the United States, the host nation, a must-win game. June 22nd, 1994. The Rose Bowl, Pasadena. Just over half an hour in, American midfielder John Harkes sends a low cross into the box. Escobar stretches to cut it out. The ball deflects off his leg, past his own goalkeeper, into his own net. The United States would go on to win 2-1. Colombia beat Switzerland in their final match, but it wasn't enough. Romania's win over the US sealed it. Colombia, one of the tournament favorites, was going home. Escobar's friends and teammates urged him to stay away from Colombia for a while. Let the anger fade. Wait it out in the United States. He didn't listen. He believed life had to go on. Shortly after the tournament, he wrote a newspaper column, a message of hope for a heartbroken country. It ended with a line that would haunt everyone who read it after his death. He flew home to Medellín. On the night of July 1st, 5 days after the elimination, Escobar went out with friends. A bar in El Poblado, a liquor store, then the El Indio nightclub. Sometime after 3 a.m., his friends had scattered. Escobar was alone in the parking lot, sitting in his car, when 3 men approached. An argument, then guns. He was shot 6 times. He was rushed to hospital. He died 45 minutes later. He was 27 years old. The man who confessed, a driver connected to a local drug trafficker who had reportedly lost a significant bet on Colombia's World Cup run, was arrested the same night. To this day, it's never been definitively proven that the own goal was the motive. There was threat and pressure surrounding the entire team, not just Escobar. But the timing, and the word his killer allegedly shouted with every shot, made the connection impossible for the world to ignore. More than 120,000 people attended his funeral. For a country already exhausted by violence, it was one more devastating loss. In 2002, the city of Medellín unveiled a statue in his memory. Every year, Colombian fans still bring his photograph to matches. Andrés Escobar is remembered today not for the own goal, but for how he lived. Calm, dignified, hopeful, even at the end. Football is just a game, except when it isn't. In this series, We're telling the stories the sport would rather forget. The moments where football collided with something much bigger than the scoreline.